Because even with all this stuff going on, which a lot of it is scripted, we are still in the middle of a war right now going on. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, yes. Yes, absolutely.
The good thing is there's a lot of us that, especially in the truther community, even in the quote-unquote normal community, there's a lot of people who don't dig in and research as much as we do, but they're doing more planting. They're doing more looking for local places to be able to buy food and buy other supplies. And I've been frequenting a lot more mom and pop type businesses and getting interaction with those people and starting to exchange numbers. So in case anything does go crazy, everybody's going, hey, look, we're fine having a barter system.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I got my YouTube stream back up. Sorry. It's a different link,
Yay.
But it is back up. So, hopefully you guys got another alert. Sorry about that.
And that's awesome. It looks like a lot of folks are moving over there where you guys are at. So
yeah, we're getting a lot of people moving
Get your
here.
own community over there.
Yeah, there's a lot of people local here, which is great. Every time somebody moves here now, we have more people to help. So next week when Austin and Kai get here, we're going to have lots of people to help. So that'll be great. And then we're starting to have get-togethers more often now because there's more people here. More people are being proactive about, hey, let's get together. My house this week and your house, whatever. So we've kind of been bouncing around because everybody's about, within an hour, mostly. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like One Big Love had a decent turnout. I mean, was there a lot of folks that went there that you guys know, or was a lot of those people there just people that were there just because they were hanging out drinking, or was there a lot of our people there?
Well, One Big Love is pretty popular on their own. They're whenever they have shows, especially in their town, there's always a lot of people there. And, some of them are flat earthers. Actually, one guy came up, my friend Brittany introduced me to is a guy that is a local there, and he has a painting company, and he's a flat earther, and he has his own trucks, and he's got this big, huge flat earth logo on the side of his trucks, and it says, something about paint. I forget the name of the company, but it's something paint. And so it's got like the, what do you call it? The, why can't I think of it right now? The UN map logo, but it's changed it. So the wreaths are all paintbrushes. It's actually kind of cute.
Nice.
So yeah, the guy's driving around with like a big box truck with a big flat earth logo on the side. It's pretty awesome. So yeah, they have some flat earthers there that are local to them. I mean, and they've been, talking about, like, if you listen to their lyrics, they talk about all kinds of stuff. I mean, and they've been talking about this stuff for well over a decade. They've been here just as long as anybody else, and they're awesome.
Oh, I love that song they played, What to Do When Your Bowl Has a Hole in It. That was friggin' awesome.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
But seeing stuff like that and more of that stuff going on, and hopefully we're going to be able to push through this crap and put up enough of a fight and resistance against these son of a bitches to do what needs to be done, so we don't have to put up with this BS. Because I hate to say it, I don't think they're going to have any problem getting that quote unquote mark on people. I really don't. Everything they've done, everything going on, they're going to just keep making it more and more of an inconvenience and more things you have to do to be able to survive in this place. People will just get to the point and go, okay, yeah, if that's what we got to do to keep going and get back to the normal, people will walk in and do that with no problem, all at the same time going, that's not the mark of the beast. No, that's not the mark.
Yeah, of course, there's always going to be people who are going to be willing to sign up for it. I mean, there's already people who are letting them put chips in their hands. There's already people doing that stuff. So, of course, there's going to be people who are just going to be right in line, just sign right up for it. They'll be first. Of course. They're never going to be able to get
And then the number of people, I mean, the number of people getting sick and dying from the friggin' jabba jabba do.
Yeah.
And I remember at the beginning of this crap, they kept doing, I called you guys a couple of years ago, they kept doing all this construction work around hospitals around where I live, new parking garages, adding more parking space and all that stuff. And, well, now it's kind of looking like, well, there's the reason. They knew, hey, we better have some parking garages here because we're going to be having a lot of people coming in here.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Anyhow, well,
right.
As always, Karen, greatly appreciate what you guys do. Thank you very much, and keep up the good fight and the good work.
All right. Thanks, JM. Take it easy.
Bye.
Man. I don't know what's going on with the technology, but YouTube crapped out, so I have a new stream. I hope you guys all find it. I mean, you know, I'm trying to share it out here. And I don't understand why YouTube wants to take a dump all the time. Rockfin was okay, it looks like. It doesn't look like anything else stopped. I haven't even been over to see Twitch. Yeah, Twitch is fine. Looks like only YouTube dumped. It dumped, but there's a new one. And I don't know if it sent out an alert or not. It should have. Anyway, my phone lines are open, 848-222-2480. State tax on a small home in California is $500 per month and up. $500 a month? No smoking towns, no smoking beaches, no plastic bags allowed. I mean, I haven't lived in California in 11 years, over 11 years. So, you know, I don't know, but wow. I know my mom still lives there and she says it's extremely expensive and she wants to leave. She's been looking at houses out here. Yeah, Rockfin never went offline, right? If you would like to support a whole gaggle of Flat Earth creators by subscribing to the Rockfin channel platform, you can subscribe through my link that Nightbot here is putting out, and it's $10 a month, and you get all premium content from everybody on the whole platform. And there's a lot of really great people there. I think we're trying to get Amanda Vollmer on there. I'm pretty sure I saw Jaren trying to get Amanda Vollmer on there, and Benjamin Balderson's there, and like just like tons of people, tons of great content creators. Wayne McCroy is there, Secrets of Saturn, Crow 777, Jarenism, just everybody. Lots of great content there, and when you subscribe to the platform, you're basically supporting everybody, and you can subscribe through whoever you want, but everybody on there who you watch their content, you know, they all benefit from you subscribing to that platform, and they don't ever censor us. I know there's the one person who got taken down was Owen Benjamin, but that is a very special circumstance. I think it is not typical of all things. I don't know any other channel that has been taken down off of there. One video removed because it was by Eric Dubé, and he talked about the Holocaust, but it is expressly written in the terms of service of Rockfin not to talk about that. But we don't really need to talk about that. That's why I agreed to the terms of service of Rockfin, because I don't feel the need to talk about that. But we talk about everything else. They let me go over there and say whatever I wanted about all of the virus stuff that's been going on, all of the shenanigans with that. They never censored us on that, where YouTube hit us hard, very hard, when we started talking about all that stuff in 2020 when it first came out. And Brian and I were having streams where we were, filming hospitals, and we were having everybody go and show, how their compartmentalization was set up to deceive everybody, to make them think that there was a bunch of COVID patients in the hospitals, and actually there were not. So that's why I really like Rockfin. They have never ever censored me or anything I've said, and I say all kinds of stuff. I say everything that I think matters. I say everything that I feel like people should know, so that they don't have to live in fear, And this platform, YouTube, does not like people sharing information that allows other people to live without fear. They want you afraid all the time. They want you believing everything. They want you afraid of the air. The air is lava. They want you thinking that space is trying to kill you. The sun's trying to kill you. You're gonna, everything you touch is gonna make you disease. Like, this is how they want people walking around, just in constant fear of everything. And, this is why I really got burnt on YouTube, because they threaten to take all your work down and destroy your channel and everything, because you're trying to help people not live in fear. Like, why would they ever do that? Talk about, these big, the governments and everything. They just hate people. And corporations are part of it too. They're all the same people. If they're not in the government office, they're like the CEOs and of all these big major corporations, and they're just shitting all over the rest of the world constantly. It's all they ever do. How can we shit on the whole rest of the world today? That's what they do every morning when they wake up. Rockfin is Jew controlled too. Well, no, okay. The basis behind them not doing that is so that they can keep their platform working in all the countries, right? In every country. So, like, for instance, Germany has laws about that stuff, right? So if your platform is, breaking the country's law, the country is going to ban you from their interweb space, right? They're going to ban you. So that's why. I don't know that they're Jew controlled. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. I don't know. And I don't really like having that whole blanket hate on Jews. Because look at what the Jesuits did. Look at the Catholics, man. The Catholics are doing just as much heinous shit, if not more. What you guys have to realize is it's not about the Jews. It's not about just the Catholics or just the Jesuits or just these people. Evil will take the form of any shape or any identity that it needs in order to take control and to deceive you. And I don't feel like this is something that should be relegated only to the Jews. I mean, I think that I feel like they're almost like a scapegoat. Like, they were put out there as, look, it's them. So you don't look anywhere else, right? Like, I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. All stereotypes exist for a reason. But, I mean, you can't be so myopic about that stuff. You can't be so set on it's just this, because that's how you miss stuff. That's how you get deceived, because you're looking over here and you're so focused on that, but you don't see that there's other shit going on too, Everything. Which is why I don't really care about that, because I don't feel the need, to constantly attack Jews, because it's clear to me that it's not just them. I mean, all the craters and all the features on the moon are named after Jesuit Catholic astronomers. So, and Catholicism, Catholic literally means universal, right? That's like they wanted that to be, that was, maybe Catholicism was like their first attempt at universal, at the world control, right? Catholicism was like, well, maybe not their first attempt, but maybe the last attempt in recent history at controlling everyone with the universal religion, right? With the Crusades or whatever they were doing, the Roman Empire. It's also the Turks. Evil does not care about you. Doesn't matter if you are the top of the food chain or the bottom. Learn to see the trouble coming. Carry your gun. Have OC spray. Get training. The first corporation. That's what I'm saying. Like that day when I was talking about the all the cathedrals. Yes, Eddie Bravo 2 is on here. Sam Triple E. Blah blah blah. All those dudes. Are you on Rumble? I have a Rumble channel, but I never put anything there. They make you pay to stream on Rumble, and then they don't give you any moderation tools. So if you go stream on Rumble, your chat just gets overtaken by shitheads, and there's absolutely nothing you can do. And the hospitals are still empty. I bet the hospitals are still empty. Well, now the hospitals are full of people who have blood clots and heart disease, and they're having strokes and all of these crazy autoimmune disorders that are starting to pop up now. Yeah, exactly. Wireless caller. Okay, here we go. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hey, what's up, Karen? How you doing?
Hey, good. How are you?
Perfect segue into this call. I just want to call in and just mention a few things. I wasn't going to give a call, but you guys started talking about this, so I just wanted to bring up, first of all, I'm sure a lot of people are aware that government is Latin for mind control. So, when we talk about politics, they got people fooled into thinking that we are, that these politicians work for us. But in reality, every single politician you see on TV is literally an employee of the federal government. So they don't work for you and me, they work for the federal government.
Right.
That's who pays them, and that's who they support. That's really who they represent, People think, oh yeah, I'm going to support Trump, or I'm going to support, whoever. And it's the real danger in that is not, it's not that people are supporting someone they think agrees with them, because there's, if you've ever heard somebody say, the biggest lies are mixed with truth, and that's absolutely true. And the danger in politics is that it boxes people in, where there's a lot of truth. Because I've come out of the conservative movement, but then I could see, I kind of woke up to the game, because what's going on is, there's a lot of truth in conservatism, but what they're doing is, they're getting you to invest, you all your time, all your energy, all your money, and what do they tell you to do? Well, support the Republicans. Okay, well, you're supporting a political party, and who controls that, right? Not you and me. These elitist scumbags control that. So, they get all these well-meaning people, and it's the same on the other side, On the other side, you have a bunch of Democrats, and, agree with them or not, they believe in what they believe very firmly. And again, they get these people all emotional to where they can't think and reason logically, and they get people emotional and angry at the other side, bickering between one another, instead of actually standing up for themselves and saying, wait a minute, we've had enough. We've had enough of people taking our money, telling us, what we can and can't do, telling us, basically dictating how we're going to live our life, and deciding how much of our paycheck we can keep, and everything else that the government does. And instead of actually coming to terms with that and getting some common sense policies in place, people are busy spending all their time, fighting with one another because we view each other as the enemy. And that's really the danger of politics. That's what politics does. It divides people. The left, try asking somebody, just try disagreeing with someone. Doesn't matter if they're on the left or on the right. Just go up to someone is really invested in politics and the political system, and just try disagreeing with them once, and see what happens, and see how emotional they get, and realize it's intended to be that way. That person is so angry that you can't even express a difference of opinion and have it be okay. And that's exactly where the controlling forces want it to be. That way they stay at the top of the pyramid and everybody else stays at the bottom where they belong, and it never changes. Nothing ever changes. We never end up improving our lives. We never end up, affecting any kind of real change. Maybe we could get a better system in place. Does anybody ever wonder why we need, why do we even need a Supreme Court? We have Supreme Courts in every single state in this country. I don't understand why, we can't have cases that are just decided locally. And if we're really supposed to have self-determination, we shouldn't have a court in Washington, D.C. that has nothing to do with, where I live in South Dakota, 300, 400 miles away, telling me what I can and can't do, And what kind of logic does that make? It makes no sense at all. Why can't I just have a court here that, if there's a problem here in South Dakota, well, let the court here decide it. There's not even a need for a Supreme Court,
Right.
If it's, because, they always tell, they always tell us, oh, well, power is reserved for the states, and power is reserved first to the people and then to the states. Well, that's the biggest crock of horse shit you can imagine,
Right.
Because who has all the power? Not the states, I mean, look at what happened in California. California voted to outlaw gay marriage. And look, personally, I think, the government has no role in marriage whatsoever, because that's a private, it kind of falls under freedom of expression, freedom of religion and all that.
Right.
I think if two people are in a consensual, what role does the fucking government have to do in it?
Yeah.
I can't see any role that they play in that.
No.
It's how ridiculous our situation is. But if they pass a law, I mean, who is it then the Supreme Court's business to say that's unconstitutional? Well, let me ask you, how is it unconstitutional if it was voted on and it passed, which is the constitutional process? We vote on laws, they pass, and then they become law. What part of that is unconstitutional? And unless it's explicitly outlined in the Constitution, like forbidding slavery or something like that, then it's totally constitutional because all the rights were reserved for the states. You know what I mean? So this is a ridiculous sort of problem. But of course, they thrive on our ignorance. They thrive on us not waking up to these facts, keeping us stupid, keeping us glued to the TV, keeping us feeling powerless in our jobs and our, spoiled water, and fighting with one another, so that we never wake up to these facts. So, it's just a madhouse. They've turned logic completely on its head, and obviously, someone's benefiting from this, but it's not you and me. And I think I was so glad you mentioned that last part right before I called about the how people get in their myopic viewpoints. I mean, nothing could be closer to the truth. And that's exactly the point. You got all these people. The Jews are the problem. One group of people is the problem, and of course they're all emotionally worked up, and they're getting other people emotionally worked up. But it's all based in ignorance and not seeing what the hell is actually going on. And so, we just have to realize that whether it's people are getting angry and think every Republican is evil. I actually was in this live stream the other night. Someone was literally saying how there are no good Republicans. Every Republican is an ego, piece of shit. And it's just like, wow, I see a lot of opportunity in the conservative movement, if we can wake some of these people up and make them realize how they're being played. And for the left, for that matter, I know there's a lot of good Democrats out there too. I'm not, but because I grew up with them. I grew up with a lot of people who were Democrats, and they were really good people. Nothing, not a bad word to say about them. But we're all being exploited. We're being taken advantage of. We're being exploited, and it doesn't. It contributes to the problem, and it doesn't contribute to the solution when we just stay mired in our, like as you said it perfectly, our myopic viewpoints, and we're not able to see beyond that and see what's really going on. So, yeah, I wasn't going to call in today, but I just knew that you were talking about this subject, so I just wanted to call in and mention that, because it's just it's gotten so out of control, and we're going into the new political season, so they love it. We're number one. It's a huge money-making industry for all the people in Washington, D.C. They start raking up in money. Everybody else gets to deal with inflation. We get to deal with all the problems of real people in real life. And they can make tons of money, and they keep all us stupid feeding eaters, in our little bubbles, in our little box. And if you get into the conservative movement, I realized from being in that movement for so long, it's like a little bubble. You're in a little box. You get ostracized from the rest of the world. And that's not by mistake. They know they now a lot of conservatives, they're onto a lot of good things because they understand the value of states' rights and bringing power back to the people. That's really important. But it's a co-opted movement. It's co-opted by the Republican Party. They own that party. They're going to decide from the top down what happens, what gets, what goes and what doesn't. And even if you think there's a Republican politician like I heard the other caller call in, talk about Trump and how he's doing good things and all this stuff. Let me tell you something. Trump is only going to do good things up to a point. He's only going to do things that he's only going to feed. It's kind of like if you went into a backyard to steal something and there was dogs in the backyard, you would throw them some red meat, but you're not going to let them, take your wallet or anything like that. That's exactly how it is. They'll throw just enough to keep people satisfied, but at the end of the day, they get to call the shots. They decide what goes and what doesn't, and it's not you and me, So, I don't know. I just wish people would realize how politics is a pyramid scheme and how they're being played, and so I don't know. That's about all I got. But thanks for taking my call.
Yeah.
And
All right. Well, thank you for calling.
Anyway, really love the show.
Thanks.
Yeah, I really love the show, and I hope everybody gets out there to Flattoberfest. I hope you guys have a great time. And are you guys still going up to that brewery? In is that Monroe? You guys?
Oh, we went to that.
Sweetgrass or something?
Oh, Newgrass.
Is that what you guys did the other night?
Yeah, no. We went to go see One Big Love in Monroe at this place called the Courthouse, which is like a bar, it's like a grill and bar type of place. And then this Saturday,
it looks like fun.
Yeah, this Saturday we're going to be doing a meetup over at Newgrass in Shelby for some other local people.
In Shelby. Okay.
Yeah, who live around here. Yeah.
Awesome. That sounds like fun. I'm a huge beer fanatic, so.
Yeah.
That beer.
Yeah, Newgrass is cool.
Drink a good stout for me, or a good if they got a nice IPA double IPA or something like that. Go for that one. You get a chance.
All right. Thanks.
Okay.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
I'll be honest, I can't drink IPAs. That's like those. It like makes my face suck into itself, especially a double one. I get that bitter beer face. But I do like stouts and everything, pretty much everything else. But I can't drink IPAs. Although here recently, I've like stopped drinking again because I just don't feel good. Like that, I can't handle it anymore. My body doesn't like it. I don't like drinking. Doesn't make me feel happy the next day. So I don't know. Vote for me. Yes, Newgrass at Shelby. 6 p.m. Shelby, North Carolina. Saw the vax person in front of them die. Wait, if people saw the person right in front of them in the vax line at CVS, they would still take it. That did happen. I'm pretty sure that did happen. I remember, actually, Tommy was telling me that he was, remember, you guys know that flat fellow? Tommy was talking about how he was working across the street from a vaccination site, and while he was working at this, because he does work at these different gas stations around in his area, while he was working over there, he saw the ambulance come and pick somebody up 3 different times. 3 different times while in one afternoon while he was working there. Alcohol is poison. Like, straight up, it is. It is. And I don't even drink really to get drunk. If I just have a couple, I will start to get a little tipsy, but man, Beaujolais season. Ooh. Why do you have to say that, boy? I like Beaujolais. It looks like YouTube wants to drop my stream again. It says no data. Alright, if it dumps, I'm not coming back. Because I'm over it. Says my stream quality is good. I don't understand why. Is it working again? Ugh. They were carrying people out on stretchers and people stayed in line. Exactly. That did happen. You guys, I don't know what's going on. My stupid stream wants to die. But no, Beaujolais is not a bad word, but I like Beaujolais. And they come out during Thanksgiving time. That's like it is almost Beaujolais season. But I don't drink wine anymore either. I'm trying to stay away from all that. Like, it tastes good too. You know? But it just doesn't make me feel good. So I'm giving it up. I'm giving it up. Look, my stream's gonna die. I'm about to just end it because I'm getting really frustrated. Yeah, but it's distracting me because I keep watching it because I want to know what's happening. I like to take a big dump on YouTube. Right. Rockfin's glitching now too. This is Rose, not Crow, yes. Anytime you see Crow in chat, it's usually Rose. Except for when it's YouTube account, then it's Crow. But if you see Crow on Rockfin, that's typically actually Rose. You'll never get a hangover with a good cognac. I don't know if I can drink those though. Wine and beer's all shit. Is that the secret, Guru? You gotta drink cognac? You know what though? I will say, now that you said that, it does bring up a good point. white moonshine, like real moonshine. Real moonshine is the same way. It's very smooth, it's clean, it's like doesn't burn at all, and it doesn't give you a nasty hangover. I mean, real moonshine is awesome. It's probably similar to what you're talking about with cognac. And you know all the moonshines that they have in the that now all the moonshines are starting to show up in the liquor stores and stuff. That's not real moonshine. That's moonshine made in the way that follows the government standards, okay? That's not real moonshine. If you get real moonshine that's made the real way, and I don't know enough about it to know exactly what the difference is, but it does have something to do with the distillation process, like how many steps there are and stuff and how they set it up. They're not like the commercially distributed moonshines do not make that moonshine in the same like old traditional way as like the hillbillies in the backwoods. It's not the same thing. Yeah. It's totally not the same thing. Double distilled. That's what it is, Guru. I think it's the double distilled because real moonshine's double distilled, and I think all the ones that they do commercially, they're not double distilled. I think maybe that's what it is. Again, I don't make moonshine, so I don't know, but I would like to learn because I had some that somebody made and it was so incredibly smooth. Moonshine is yeah, good stuff. It was so incredibly smooth and delicious and just like honey. But the stuff that you get in the store is nowhere near as good. It's like it's got a bunch of sugar in it. You know, it's just like it's not good. Too many truthers in one room, then YouTube freaks out. And I lost like half my viewers because my stream crapped out. There's 66 people here. I had like 130 before. We lost them all. Off of beer now, vodka seltzer only, are making my own vodka sparkling water with lime. You know what else I like too? Is that hard kombucha. Hard kombucha is good, but it's really expensive. And it's strong, man. Those things are strong. That's another reason why I'm like, I can't really drink those that great either. But hard kombucha, I would like to make my own hard kombucha because I was making my own booch there for a while. And I might start that again and then make hard kombucha. Yeah, it is like a schnapps now, Voynich. You're right. It's pretty much a schnapps because they have like different flavors in there and they have like a high sugar content. And then the sugar is what really, really gives you the hangover. That's what screws with you, is all the sugar. Oh, that's the worst, is getting a hangover from sugary alcohol. Yuck. Yuck. Because then, you know, the sugar, how bad that stuff is for you, all the all the pain and inflammation and everything that it comes with it. Yeah. If your flame isn't invisible, then it's not real moonshine. Is that how you know? I'm still a little bitter after the fact that prohibition in the US led to NASCAR. Why are you bitter about that? You were on that stuff for a while and you got twisted. Yeah. I don't do that anymore. Welcome to the glass half empty chat. I didn't mean it like that. I love you guys. It's YouTube's fault. Yeah, there's hard kombucha. Look, I'll show it to you. This was my favorite brand of hard kombucha right here. This company, Strange Beast. See, I got ginger, lemon, hibiscus, blueberry, acai, and sweet basil, blood orange, passion fruit. Look at, and they're 7%. These, and they're so good. All of them are really, really good. The blood orange one I really like. The blueberry, they're all good. And then there's this one too. They have this watermelon lime mint one, which is really good. This one's not so bad because it's only 4%, so it's not as strong. This is a good one. This is a good summertime one. So, yeah, Strange Beast. This is one, and then there was another. There's another. I'm so bad. I shouldn't be telling you guys about this stuff. I feel like an enabler. And then Flying Embers. This is another one that makes hard kombuchas. They've got orange, passion, mimosa. That one's really good. I get that one a lot. Cherry, hibiscus, lime. Look at this. They got margaritas too. Okay, I should stop looking at this. This isn't bad. 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 But you know what though? The thing about the hard kombucha is that when you do a kombucha, right, and you ferment it, it eats all the sugar, so it's not real sugary and it doesn't have a lot of calories. It's actually better for you than drinking regular beer. But it still has alcohol in it, so it's not good for you really at all. It's not good for you. Don't do that. Did Rockfin die? No, it's still there. Okay. SoCo stinks. I hate pouring that shit. Southern Comfort is the worst. Oh my gosh. That stuff, horrible. And people love it though. I stopped drinking SoCo at 15. I was destroyed at a Molly Hatchet Outlaws concert. I was hanging onto the seat to stop the garden from spinning. Never drank that glue again. That is so funny. Okay, THC is better, but no, it's not. Use both. Chinese herbal remedies like po chai have cured hangovers for hundreds of years. I've been using it for decades. Really? I never even heard of that. MFT? Po chai? Okay. Po chai pills is a traditional Chinese medicine product made from several herbs formed into tiny spherical pills. It is used as a remedy for the relief of indigestion, heartburn, vomiting, diarrhea, and bloating. Can all be used as a hangover prevention remedy. Po chai pills. The trusted choice in providing relief for your gastrointestinal symptoms. Is this what they look like? Over the years, po chai pills formula has brought relief to stomach discomfort and bloating, has become a household name among individuals of Chinese descent worldwide. It is easy to see how 100% made in Hong Kong traditional medicine can be trusted for over a century. Blah, 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 blah. Oh my god, look, they have a little dude sitting on a toilet. Oh, look at the stick man vomiting. I don't want to see that. I don't even want to see the stick man vomiting, dude. Really? Like, why do we need to see that? Like, you don't know what it means? Indian bread, koi seed, peppermint, angelica, and phlos chrysanthemi. Magnolia bark, huh? There's lots of magnolia trees around here. Patchouli, Job's tears seed. Interesting. Magnolia bark. This is fascinating. I did not know about that. So, well, you know, but I just am not gonna drink though. I don't need, I don't want to go by that. They'll just encourage my bad behavior. I don't need to purchase things that are gonna encourage my bad behavior. But there you go. MFT says it works if you're into that. Interesting. I'd never even heard of those things before. Like, ever. Crazy. Throw up behind the AC unit? That's hilarious. No despair bear. You're supposed to take one when you start drinking and one before you go to sleep, and you will wake up hydrated. Oh man, I don't want anything that's gonna encourage bad behavior. Eat beer never made me happy, but but cognac does. Ben Franklin had that quote about how God wanted us to be happy because we created beer or something to that effect. Eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we'll die. Sometimes it's okay. Sometimes, but man, on a day-to-day basis, it's just not a good idea. Amanda V says charcoal, nux vomica, and water is best hangover remedy. I can vouch. You know what? Charcoal? Ted swears by that, the activated charcoal. And there was one day where we were drinking quite heavily, and at the end of the night, Ted was like, I'm taking charcoal. I was like, yes, give me some. And I wasn't hungover the next day. I took 2 activated charcoal, and I just drank a bunch of water, and I was okay. I was okay the next day. I mean, you know, I wasn't the best, but I'm certainly a lot better than I think I would have been otherwise. I got moonshine from my guy at work. It was so strong and clean. It was fantastic. Exactly. When I tell a drunk the earth isn't moving, they laugh at me while they're holding onto the bar. Is that what you tell the drunk dudes? But hey, dude, why you walking like that? Earth ain't moving. I could see how that would be fun to mess with some people who'd been drinking about flat Earth. This sounds fun to me. Why are you... That's... I mean, how many times have you seen people get so just completely wasted, they just fall over for, like, no reason at all? That's exactly what it is. Charcoal pills, black pills, yes. Alright, my phones are still open. Does anybody want to call in? 848-222-2480. I got really distracted, you guys, today because my stream kept having issues. I'm gonna have to contact support and ask them why it keeps happening. This is terrible. and it really, really distracted me. Huh. Sorry. It's the only time I ever felt like I was spinning. Back from milking. Ben, oh my gosh, you know what I thought of you today? Because last night, like it was kind of late last night, and my son says, Mom, can I make a smoothie? And I'm like, okay, sure. So he makes himself a smoothie, blah, blah, blah. It's all good. Well, this morning I come out and he left the almond milk out all night. I mean, it wasn't full, but there was still a good amount left, right? But he left it out all night and it's ruined. And I was like pissed. I was like, I'm gonna make this boy go like find almonds and like make me some almond milk or something. Like, how am I gonna make him feel the hurt of ruining the milk? Because, you know, I'm sitting there thinking it's not like I got a cow out back. I can't just go out back and milk me some more milk. You know what I mean? I have to, it's a pain in the butt. Because I kept spamming the porn links. Did it, okay, is it sharing the right link now though? It's not doing that anymore, right? Yes, okay, I changed it. Yeah. How do you make him feel the hurt? You know, I wish like I could just put the bucket in his hand and be like, go milk more. Go get more now. I can't do that. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but still, you know. Yeah. I make my own charcoal from trees, white, live or white oaks specifically, sometime from walnut trees. How do you, yeah, I thought about that, Kyle. I probably will do that. I make my own charcoal from oak trees. How do you just burn the wood, but you can't burn it all the way, right? It has to turn to charcoal. How do you do that? How do you stop it? That's my question. How do you stop it from going all the way to ash? Because every time I burn stuff, it just burns till it's gone. I have no idea how to make charcoal. Throw sand over the fire? Like you just partially burn it and then throw sand over it? Needs to be starved of oxygen? That's what I thought. Like, wouldn't they have to do it in like a oven? 3 parts water, 1 part almond, and squirt of agave and any flavor like vanilla or cinnamon and best almond milk. Yeah. Let me ask you this, David. Do you skin your almonds first? Do you skin the almonds? Because they tell you to blanch the almonds and then skin them first. Oh, like char cloths put on fire inside of a metal box. That's what I was thinking. Like char cloths, yeah, like that. Yeah, I know about char cloth because I remember learning about that from watching a bunch of survival shows. Friend had a stroke, 3 years old. That's sad, man. Couldn't save him? Thanks for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Good morning, Karen.
Hi, Alex. What you doing?
How are you? It's rainy and poopy in New York.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, I was just calling. I might have had the first little family issue with the jibby jab. I had a cousin pass away at about 37 today.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to bring it down. I wasn't super close to him. But I have to have a big conversation with my dad at noon, and they're doing blood work, and I'm going to have to introduce a very uncomfortable question to my dad, who's also jibby jabbed, about whether or not he was jabbed. And I don't know yet, but it was very, very bizarre. They thought it might be heat related, or he wasn't really a drug user. So that's going to be an interesting conversation I'm going to have at noon. And so that's still happening. We think. Not clear on it yet, but we're going to find out.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sucks.
So again, I don't know for sure. I'm going to be asking some pretty hard questions to Pops here in a little bit, which he's probably not going to want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's my day so far. How's yours?
Well, aside from technology trying to drive me insane, just been,
Yeah.
hanging out.
On an upper, did you catch Del Bigtree's reading of that Canadian writer, who also an Australian writer, who kind of formulated the piece for the Australian audience, about it was kind of a vindication for the unvaccinated. Did you catch that?
No, I didn't.
If somebody out there has the link, it's Del Bigtree reads vaccination. This was published. It was an editorial. It was originally in Canada. It was a really nice, like, who knows if the person that wrote it was actually vaccinated themselves, but if somebody has that link and can find it, it's a nice one. It's a good one to kind of like, to at least have read to you, or at least if you haven't read it, to which one is it? I can see your screen now. What is it? Maybe Del Bigtree reads. If anyone in the chat knows that link or has that link, I know we had it on Crumb's show last night. Where is it? I'm looking too.
Shout out to Mike Cannon. Who's Mike Cannon? I don't know that. Comedy person?
Would be in a video. Who, Del Bigtree?
No, I was looking at something else in chat. Did you figure out what to search to try to find it? Del,
I'm looking for it. Let's see. It's really worth, if you can find it, it's really worth showing. It's only like about 5 minutes long. It might. Let's see.
Del Bigtree unloads on those pushing COVID death shot.
It could be that he's reading it in front of like a backdrop. It's really, really good. Let's see. Of course, Google's not going to give it to me in any of the first 5 pages. Who has it probably is Crumb. He's probably not awake.
He's probably not awake. Is it too early for Crumb? It's early for a lot of people.
Yeah. Does anybody in chat know what I'm talking about? I'm looking at the chat right now. This is...
I don't know what you're talking about. Yesterday in Globebuster, I was waiting for Will to go full Karen B on a caller. It was amusing. Oh, that guy who was on there saying that chemtrails weren't real and that everybody saying that chemtrails are real were making us look stupid. Do you remember that guy? Holy smokes.
Vaguely.
I don't know if you were watching
let's
Glowbusters
see.
yesterday, but there's a caller that said that, and I do think it was a troll because the way he was acting in chat and then the stuff he was saying when he came on.
Oh no, I was on there yesterday on Glowbusters. Yeah, I listened to him and he wouldn't get off.
Yes.
And he was just demanding that it was just contrails. Yeah, that guy was a troll, total troll.
Yes.
I mean, the way he was behaving and everything else.
Yes.
I just wanted to say hi and say hello. I won't if you've got somebody else. I'll try to see if I can find that link and I'll send it to you. But if you can find it, it's well worth looking at to kind of end the, or not end it, but send the stream out on a good note. So love you guys. Bye.
All right, take it easy. Yeah, I don't know what, I wasn't able to find that, but I'm not surprised. I mean, I use DuckDuckGo, but I don't think there's any like real search engine that is not that's not like 100% giving you like what you should be getting, your organic results. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just have to switch your words up. Yeah, I don't know. You got me curious though, Alex, but I don't know. I feel like searches are becoming more and more hindered these days. Even simple searches, it's like you could tell. Or things like you'll search something and you'll get certain results, and then you try to search up the same phrase later and you get totally different results. And it seems like it's happening too fast for the algorithm to update that fast, like for the crawlers to change search results that fast. But maybe they do. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like all searches are kind of, they're biased, they're tainted. So you just have to try different search engines, or not use a search engine, go to like Library of Congress directly, or the CIA FOIA reading room, and like those type of things you can go to. Yeah, I keep seeing people talk about this Archaics person. Makes me want to avoid it like the plague. Because all this trendy shit turns out to be nothing. And also somebody was telling me that he was predicting when the next apocalypse was going to happen, or the next reset, like giving dates and shit. And that's when you really, I gotta check out. Because you can't predict shit. Nobody can predict shit. So, you know. Yeah, even on DuckDuckGo. So I'm saying all these, there's no untainted search engine. They all have their own BS in them, and you just have to keep trying different stuff. Or get around it. Save links. Yeah, that could be. Alright, thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hey, Karen. It's Jason.
Hi, Jason. How you doing?
Saturday, I got up to clean, and it was like 10 minutes, and then my back started locking up, so I went to lay down, and then like half an hour later, like everything, my whole back locked up, my rib cage locked up. I couldn't, like, when I stand up, I couldn't breathe. So I was like, damn, so I must have slipped another disc out. So I was in bed for the whole day, and then yesterday I was in bed all day, couldn't get up. But I feel a little bit better today, so that's good. I need to get to the chiropractor. If I can get to the chiropractor, that'll be perfect. But I have to wait. But on a good note though, I was gonna say that well, actually, I was gonna ask you because you were talking about the almond tree, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever heard of like you know like the zodiac and the signs and stuff?
Yes.
They also have like I have an app, and you could type in your birth date, and each date is assigned to a certain tree, like a cedar tree or a willow tree or whatever. So everybody has like their own tree, and there's like a whole meaning to it. So you can look that up. Like anybody can look it up, and it's pretty cool.
Oh, so like there's a certain type of tree associated to every zodiac sign?
Right.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And yeah, it's pretty cool. I'd have to.
Did you figure out what your tree is?
I'd have to check. Yeah. Well, actually, I think I'm a cedar tree. I think.
Or I just
I
found a
was a cedar
website.
tree. Yeah. But you can probably type it in, like maybe Google or something. It might tell you. Like you just type in your birthday.
Well, I just typed in trees associated with zodiac signs, and then it brought up this little list here. It says Aries is dogwood, Taurus is willow, Gemini oak, Cancer holly, Leo hazel, Virgo aspen, Libra poplar, Scorpio hemlock, Sagittarius elder, Capricorn is birch, Aquarius ash, Pisces olive, according to this list.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah. Yeah, I was looking it up yesterday. Yeah, so I figured I'd point that out if anybody was interested, maybe. But and also I'm starting. I don't know if you know, I'm starting my channel. I'm doing live streams. So I was gonna do one today, like this morning, but I'm gonna do it a little later today. So and I'm gonna be talking about a lot of stuff. And then I have a show coming up. Well, it's going to be a premiere, but it's going to have a show, and it's going to be about astrology. So it's going to be talking about just astrology. And then after that, I'm going to be talking about, flat earth and stuff like that. So if anybody was interested, just letting everybody know.
All right. Awesome. What's your channel? Your channel name is your name, right? Jason Starr.
Yeah, but I have another one with the other one is the one I'm doing live streams on. The one that I use with the red logo, that's my phone. So I'm not gonna do live streams from there. But my other channel is the same name. Yeah, and I'm gonna be doing live streams on there. So and that's my computer. So I just have to set it up that way.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'll post the links later or whatever. But yeah, I just want to let people know. So,
all right.
That's what I'll be doing.
All right. Awesome. Good. Well, I hope you keep feeling better.
Yeah.
And get yourself to that chiropractor
Yeah.
and take it easy.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying.
Yeah. All right, Jason.
Yeah, I'm in a lot of pain, but I'll be all right.
I know how painful back problems are.
Yeah, it's not. It's the worst. It's not. It's not good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll be talking about it in my live stream later. So.
All right. Awesome.
All right.
Send us the links when you got it.
All right. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right.
Much love to everybody.
All right. Take it easy.
All right. Bye.
All right. Yeah, Jason been having lots of problems with his back. So you guys make sure you send Jason some nice healing energy nice healing positive energy. So you can get back mobile again easily. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Doing well. I was curious here what your zodiac animal is, or the Chinese one.
Snake. I was born in the year of the snake.
You're a snake. My daughter's a snake. I'm a dragon.
Yeah, my daughter is a dragon.
Yeah, that's funny. I've got a daughter who's a snake, and yeah, you've got a daughter who's a dragon.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I've been really shocked at how spot on it is when it comes to accuracy, when it comes to like describing those. Hey, too noisy. Sorry. But yeah, I was just curious about that. Yeah. Sorry, got noisy kids over here right now, so I haven't called earlier. But yeah, I'll be going. Sorry about that.
It's okay. Hello? Uh-oh. Did we lose? Yeah, he hung up. All right. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hey, am I on?
You are.
Nice. Okay, so you said that was Jason was the caller with the bad back?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Was that the Jason Lundgren guy that from Crow?
No, this is a totally different Jason.
Oh, okay. So me, I'm kind of younger. I'm 29, and I had like a bad back from a car accident I got in when I was 22.
Mm-hmm.
And then I kind of figured out something very weird that I think like fixed my back, but I've explained it to a bunch of different people, and no one has taken me up on like my explanation of it. And I don't even know what it is, but it fixed my back. So we got a pool at my family house. It's like 9 feet deep, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I was drinking water gallons all the time. So I took 2 water gallons, and I would have a mask on, in the pool, not the stupid mask. And I'd swim down to the bottom, touch the 2 water gallons, flip upside down, and then let the water gallons carry me up. And it would, like, release something. It would go down my spine, and, like, you can feel, like, an energy pulse, like, go to, like, your fingertips and, like, your toes. I got no idea what it is. You can only do it, like, once per day, and I feel like that fixed my back completely.
Wait, what were you doing? Just diving to the bottom of the pool?
So in the pool, I'd put on like a diving mask,
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd have 2 empty water gallons, so it's like air in them.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'd swim to the bottom of the pool and touch them, and then I'd flip upside down, so I'd kind of do like a front flip, and then I'd let the 2 water gallons carry me up. Like I would not swim up, I'd just go up by the water gallons, and then it would like release something through my spine, like this euphoric feeling or something, and you can feel like it go all the way down your spine, and it goes out to your fingertips and out to your toes. I have no idea what it was, but I really do think that fixed my back. So now I work outside. I got no problems with my back at all, but I was going to the chiropractor all the time, and now I don't,
Yeah. You know what that sounds like to me is if you're in water, you're weightless, right? And then if have those things pulling you up out of the water, what you're doing is you're decompressing your spine when you do that. You're stretching your spine out. And whenever that decompression is like one of the best things for your back. I actually have I have a yoga swing that I installed on my back porch so that I could hang upside down whenever I wanted, because I had major back problems too for a long time. I had lower back issues, like huge issues where I would throw my back out and I literally couldn't get up and walk around for like a week. And so,
I was never that.
Yeah. So, but it can get really bad. So what I did go to the chiropractor, and they do they have these decompression tables, but then I started learning about yoga because I wanted to start doing things for myself to get back into physical shape so my back wouldn't go out again. And one of the best things is decompression, hanging upside down and stretching your spine out and allowing that space between all your vertebrae to extend. And then when you do that, it allows the discs to go back into their space and the fluid to get back in between your vertebrae. So that's what you're doing when you're doing that weightless decompression. It's allowing your spine to stretch out, and then the fluid can go back in between your spinal bones and go back in, and everything is able to go back into place. So like what I started doing is
that is what I felt like. Yeah, I felt like it like would like kind of put oil like back in my back, or like kind of realign. I don't know.
That's what it's
perfect,
doing.
Whatever it was. So.
Yeah, the fluid, all that is those sacs and stuff are able to go back into place. So like regular decompression is great. So when I go outside, especially getting your head below your hip line and hanging completely inverted for a while is like one of the best things you can do for your back. And now I hardly ever have back problems because I'm always stretching my back out on the yoga swing, and I go like upside down, and you can stretch yourself like any way you feel you need to stretch yourself. It is awesome. It's the best thing ever. I recommend it for everybody.
And then, hey, another little question, because you just mentioned the yoga. So we have like a little flat earth group that we set up off of Dave's app, you know, and we've met a handful of times, and we were out drinking, and then I like it because sometimes, you know, you got some conflicting kind of thoughts between the group, and I like it. I like hearing them out. So there's one lady who was kind of saying that yoga's bad. She was saying it's like almost like tarot cards. Like you can't have like I don't know, there's like no holiness to yoga. It's like almost saying it was kind of, I don't know, like a Satan-ish kind of thing. Have you heard anything on that?
Oh, yes. There's a lot of people who think that they consider yoga to be satanic or evil because of the poses, because they have these different poses and what they're called. Like they have the warrior pose and the sun worshiper pose and the cobra and like all this stuff. And there's a bunch of people who think that when you're doing that, you're inviting demons into your life or negative energy, and they call it. I do not agree with that stuff because I have seen way too many people improve their health because of doing yoga exercises. Like people who could barely freaking walk, who are using canes and stuff, and then they start doing yoga to build up their core strength and, you know, and get their balance back, and then they're able to walk again. There was like this one video of a guy, he was like way overweight, and he had canes in both of his hands, and he started doing yoga, and he recorded it, and it kept showing him get, you know, progressively better and better, just slowly. Like when he first started doing it, he was really shaky and he kept almost falling over, but then towards the end he got to where he could do headstands and stuff. Like I've seen, you know, something that is proven to be beneficial for people to improve their physical health. I mean, I don't see how that could be a bad thing. I think these people who are experiencing that, I think they've already made themselves an empty vessel. There's already a void in there. There's already some sort of weakness in their constitution that these things come into their lives. I don't think it has anything to do with yoga. Like to me, that just doesn't make any sense. And knowing what I know about intent and everything, there just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I always thought very positively on yoga. I just think that I should be doing it, you know. And then when she said that, I was kind of like, whoa, is it good that I'm not doing it? But I'm kind of leaning on your side of it. Like, I really don't fully, I don't know. I don't think it's bad.
No,
it's just stretching kind of, you know.
Well, because they think that the posing and stuff invites these spirits. From what I understand, this is what they're thinking of it is because of its ties to Hinduism, and because Hinduism is like a multi-deity religion, blah, blah, blah. You don't have to be into the religion. It doesn't mean that you're worshiping anything and you're inviting demons into your life. If you're doing it with the intent of, like, you know, improving your health, because this is what most of the people think about.
Yeah.
I mean, think about whatever it is you're focusing on when you're doing these workouts and stuff. That's what's happening. I mean, that's what I started to do when I started to work out for myself because, you know, I started to get overweight and I was really out of shape and blah, 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 right? So I started to work and exercise. And then, you know, when I was watching these exercise videos, even the woman would say, she was like, you know, when you're doing these exercises, imagine that part of your body getting better and the muscle building. And so I started to do that, and you start to focus on these body parts, and then your workout becomes that much more effective. Like most of this is a mental thing, right? Most of that taking control of your health and
I
all
agree
that
with
stuff
that,
is a
yeah.
mental thing, right? So, I think it just depends on you as a person. What have you already, I can't blame, doing these activities. Maybe if you are ignorant and you go mess around with a Ouija board, you might get yourself into a situation like that. But even that, it's a Ouija board. Like when you sit there doing it, what do you think is going to happen? What do you think you're doing? You know what I'm saying? But it's like, if you're just stretching and you're, breathing deep and you're focusing on yourself and your body and your health and your breath and you're just, trying to do all that for that can't be bad. That is not a bad thing. And I'm with you. I just find it to be so ridiculous that people want to, call that stuff satanic, blah, blah, blah. A bunch of Nancy's running around. Like, see, to me, when people go around, like, oh, be afraid of that, don't do that because this is going to happen. Like, you're just perpetuating that live in fear of, fill in the blank BS, that the New World Order does. It's just you're doing it from a religious point of view. And everybody needs to take responsibility with all of that stuff. And people need to come into their own power of who they are and realize that these things don't come into your space unless you either, one, let your guard down and invite them in, or two, you're unaware of it and you're making poor decisions and your life is a mess. That's the people who are going to end up with stuff like that attaching themselves to them. But if you're confident in yourself and you're taking care of yourself and you're thinking positively and you're making, clear and purposeful actions to improve yourself, you're not going to get attacked by demons. Well, you might get attacked, but they're not going to have an effect on you because you're going to be strong enough to tell them to fuck off. Yeah. Your soul will be like, I don't know, just my soul's so powerful, I don't think they could affect me, Well, that's just it. It's all how you are internally. That's why I'm saying people have to come into their own power, and you have to realize how powerful you are from inside, and that these external things, none of these things come into your being unless you allow them. None of it. So you just have to. I would like to see people be more proactive about not allowing these things. Because that's as simple as it is. And so just like we were all out drinking, and I asked the lady who said that, I was like, oh, can you send me a video or something on I've never heard that, Mm-hmm. And she goes, okay, I'll send it in the chat. So she sent it in the chat, and then everyone who wasn't there was like, what is this? Like, kind of freaking. So it was kind of everyone against her, but okay. It's kind of an opinionated stance for her to have on that, Yeah, but there's people who think that, and I just don't argue with them. I'm just like, okay, but I just don't agree with it. It doesn't resonate with me. I have not felt led to, share that message. So I just stay away from it. Everybody can do what they feel good about doing. I mean, and I'm not going to go tell these people, why don't you just try the yoga? Just do the yoga. You'll see. Like, if you don't want to do yoga, don't do freaking yoga. Yeah, feel free not to. Yeah. Right? It's like, whatever. Yeah. Quit telling everybody they're going to be damned to hell. One last thing. Uh-huh. Yeah, one last thing. So I called in last week about how I got in an argument with my friend about flat and him saying, like, flatter society stuff at me, Mm-hmm. And I said that, like, he sent me the Dave Weiss and Professor Dave video. And then I kind of said right after that, because I've, like, re-listened to my call last week, like, 3 or 4 times. I said, like, there's anything to get from that. And then Dave called in right after, like, so he was probably listening. But I, by all means, like, bow down to Dave Weiss. He is the man, So when I said, like, what is there to get from that? Dave still tried with that guy, just that guy didn't hear anything, Yeah. So it's definitely not a slight on Dave. Dave is always 10 out of 10. Yeah, Dave's a champ. He's a champ with his flat-smacking spiel. Yes, indeed. And I was very excited to hear you say about the West Coast meetup, maybe being the next meetup for, like, Flattoberfest. Yeah. That would be so awesome. Because right now we're kind of talking about it, and really none of us really got enough, at least personally, I don't got a couple grand, to go on a week or so vacation. So a West Coast one would be much more manageable for myself. Well, I know a lot of people have been asking for something on the West Coast for years. So we're going to try to make it happen next year for sure.
Okay, add me onto that list. I'm totally down.
All right, cool.
Okay. Thanks for taking my call, Karen.
All right, you're welcome. Thanks for calling.
Yep, bye.
Bye. Yeah, man. Yeah, well, let's talk about Flattoberfest here really quick before I wrap it up. So, okay. Oh, you know what? I haven't added Sean to the website yet. So let me just go to my channel here. I did do another update. Oops, let me mute that. For the Flattoberfest event that is coming up October 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. The official days are the 22nd and the 23rd. October 21st is a meetup at the park the day before, which will do early registration for the event and give everybody their lanyards and everything for entrance to the venue for the event. And we're going to have Dr. Law cooking food, and we'll have bunch of people there hanging out. And then also later that night, we can go do karaoke across the street at the bar behind the Shrine Club, which will be fun. And you can see that we've got all these people coming. We've got Marty Leeds, Mark Sargent, you guys. Mark Sargent is going to be there. Mark Sargent hasn't done any like big events since October or since Flattoberfest 2020, since the second Flattoberfest. So we're going to have Sean back. And then also you can see, Mark. And then I added Sean Griffin to the lineup as well. Sean Griffin his channel is called Kingdom in Context, and he does a lot of really cool stuff about the Bible and comparing it to things that happen in modern times and like how it translates. Like, you know, I'm not very good at explaining it, but you know, you get the idea. He's very good at looking at the Bible. He's a flat earther. He kind of reminds me a little bit like Rob Skiba sort of style of presentations. He does a really good job with the slides, and he's very organized, and he's really, really great. So that is going to be a really good presentation. Also, we've got Benjamin Balderson, who's going to be doing a talk from Heathen Wizards and Odin's Alchemy. And then we're going to have Marty Leeds. Now, talk about three completely different ways, like three completely different views of looking at, you know, the world, the realm, and how it goes. Like, you know, I know Sean and Marty are both Christians, but if you follow either of their works, they are two totally different styles, right? Because you have Marty with his Gnostic Academy, and he does a lot of stuff with the gematria, and he looks at the constellation. I mean, his work is extremely interesting. And then there's Sean, and Sean's is completely different. It's just totally different, which is really awesome. And then Ben, who's not a Christian at all, who totally comes from a totally different place, is great. And then, of course, we've got Jason Lindgren, and who else? Austin Whitsitt is going to be doing a presentation too, and that's going to be cool because it's going to be his first presentation at a conference. So that's going to be fun. Yes, still live. You like Sean Voynich? Good. Yeah, I find his stuff pretty interesting. And I like the huge variety of views that are going to be there, because Jason Lindgren, Austin Whitsitt, I feel like I have a good variety, and it makes me, I'm really interested to see how it works out. I think it'll be really cool. And also, you guys, we have music. Lots of live music. So we're going to have Chief Crow and the Flat Earthworms playing, One Big Love playing, and, you know, you can watch videos of all these guys on my channel. If you go to my main YouTube channel and you type in Solar Return, you'll see the videos there from when Chief Crow played live and One Big Love. and Jason Lindgren, so you can get a little taste of that too. And then also Austin and Kai are going to be performing live music at Flattoberfest, and they said that they are going to have some new tunes. So that's going to be exciting. We're going to have a great time. A great time. Plus we'll have all the vendors, and then of course How the World Works exhibit with Cammie and Zach, which is going to be going on the whole time there, and they're going to have a bunch of new and interesting toys for you guys to look at. They're going to have, Zach's going to have the thing with the gases and the different tubes that get excited by UV rays, like the sunset colors, like the Dan Dimension video, I think, is what they're going to have. It's going to be awesome. I think 138 years is way too often. 138 years? That's too often. Brian never had Archaics on his show. Speaking of Balderson, reminds me when you vetted the Gila cells, been meaning to email you. Hela was Loki's daughter? What do you mean, Loki? Like Loki, like the it was GB? I don't remember him being on Glowbusters either. They've mentioned him. I haven't seen, well, I mean, I don't watch everybody's stuff though, so I don't know. I am bringing gas without a container. I brought some extra gravity to carry it with me. Yeah, I don't know. People have told me to go check that out, but I haven't yet, and I really haven't had time. And to be honest, the whole, like, reset thing, I'm getting pretty burnt on that bullshit, I'm gonna be honest. With this whole talk about the Great Reset coming, and all these resets that happen, and when was this a reset, and the reset this, and the reset that, reset everywhere, a reset. Nobody can prove shit about the past. "2040 end of the world." Oh, give me a fucking break. Anybody who's predicting the end of the world, remember the last person who predicted the end of the world? Like, I don't even want to get into that, but come on. I just do not feel comfortable with anybody making predictions, because nobody can say anything definitively. So, I mean, you gotta, that to me is like, okay, when somebody starts predicting a reset and they're saying the world's gonna end in 2040, like, doesn't that sound like fear porn to you guys? Does anybody not see how that sounds like fucking fear porn? From all the other, like, same old other bullshit that we keep hearing? You guys gotta be careful what you manifest. You see, like, I don't like focusing on this. This is another reason I don't like looking at that stuff and focusing on that stuff. I feel like it's a distraction. None of that stuff is gonna set you free. None of that stuff is gonna set you free. None of that stuff is gonna make you stop living in fear. Is it gonna make you stop living in fear? Is it gonna give you the tools you need to know that, to break free of the system? No. I think, the most important... I thought it was worthless info time suck. Okay, Cammie, I'm so glad you said that. Then that will that tells me that I will not... I'm just gonna go ahead and leave that one be then. I'm just gonna go ahead and leave that one be. everybody wants to I just feel like for me personally, I want to spend my time focusing on stuff that is going to break the current paradigm. I don't want to look at old rocks and mountains and ruins and ponder about what happened to them. I find that to be so incredibly boring. I am sorry, not sorry. There's way more exciting things to be thinking about and looking to and working on. I'm trying to change the world personally. Don't you guys want to change the world? Don't you want to make this place a better place? Or do you want to sit here and focus on all the horrible shit that may or may not have happened? Or do you want to manifest a reality that serves you? Do you want to start building your communities up and finding people who are like-minded so that we can start operating, amongst ourselves in the private outside of this beast system? Or are we going to sit here and fuck around and look at dirt all day? I'm sorry, I just don't find it interesting at all. And if you guys like it, cool, more power to you. Maybe, I guess, somebody has to look at that crap, but it sure isn't gonna be me, man. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's not safe. Not for people that want to keep it real. Yeah. I do want to keep it real. I'm about breaking the chains of your mind, and I don't want to sit here and think about and wonder about how many times the reset button has been pushed or if it's been pushed. And I'm not even sure it has been pushed. A lot of these things, I think people are just drawing conclusions. I think, maybe it was just as simple as them taking the 1,000 years out of the timeline, just by, just like they could be hiding land from us on the earth, on the known earth that we know about. We don't have to go beyond the ice wall. If you think about it, all they have to do is leave it off the map and make it look like if you go exploring out there, it is so far and destitute and pointless that you're risking your life essentially going out to what could possibly be nothing. This is the same thing. It's the same thing. They could all they have to do is leave it off the map. Maybe all they have to do is just change the time. All they have to do is erase 1,000 or add 1,000 years, and then everybody's all fucked up, right? It's just that easy. History repeats itself. Does it? Not exactly. Everything's already been explored. Possibly. You know what? Yeah. Maybe it's just meant to be that way. I think it's just meant to be that way. Some people are gonna see it and some people aren't. And this place maybe is like it's the shaker. It's the sifting bin before we go on to the next level, right? Or whatever it is. It's the sifting bin. Do you see? Do you have the eyes to see? Well, maybe you stay at the top. And if you don't have the eyes to see, you fall through the hole and you go down to the bottom. Maybe that's what this place is about. Are you learning your lesson? Are you paying attention? Do you have a love of truth? That's what I feel like maybe this place is. It's the next level of sifting before your next level of ascension. I mean, I don't know. We accept the reality we are shown. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, I'm having a conference, a Flat Earth conference in Greenville, South Carolina, and I would really love to see as many Flat Earthers there as possible. It's going to be a blast every time we have one of these events. It's the best time. It's the best time. It's extremely stressful for me, and it burns me out for a while, but it's the best. And this is what we need, because you guys, when you're out here spending all your energy out in the world, in the plane that we are now, you're spending all your energy. How much of that do you get back? How much how much does your well get filled up, you know, after you're expending all this energy to the world around you, right? Because everybody, if you're awake and you're aware to what's going on, well, then you're trying to share that, right? Because if you're awake and you've come to realize what's going on and where we really are and stuff, and then you lose all that fear and you become happy and you walk into the power of yourself and you realize who you are and what you're doing here, and then you want everybody else to have that, right? You want everybody else to have that confidence, that feeling, that, you know, strip away that fear and have that knowledge that this place was made for you, right? This place was literally made for you, and that you are one of the most powerful things to walk this plane, right? That's what they don't want you to know. Hi, Lucy Lemons. Sounds like a cliche, but I think we're in a script or a program. Well, I don't think it's a sick joke, because there's a lot of beauty in the world. If it was this, you guys, as horrible as it can be, I don't think we're held here, though. I think there's a way out. You just don't get out in your physical body. I don't think we're trapped here. I think it's just a place you go to learn. Yeah. So anyway, that's what I prefer to focus on. And I know sometimes I get triggered by it, especially the melted brick stuff, because that is like beyond retarded. There's absolutely no logic behind that thought process at all whatsoever. Complete fantastical nonsense, and ridiculous at that. Not even fun, not even interesting. Okay? But you see what I'm saying? Like, I feel like these things are a distraction. People who got into this in the beginning because they realize where we are about the truth about this realm, and they're getting distracted with that stupid shit, and they're not they're starting to get tied to those beliefs. Okay? They're letting friendships break down over it. They're calling me a scammer and a gatekeeper over it, and then they try to say that I'm the one causing division when I'm over here working my butt off to try to keep these events going so that people can have at least one big event a year to meet at on a large scale, which has been, you know, really an awesome thing for the community over the years. Even before I was doing it, when Robbie was doing it with FEIC, those were great. I mean, I went to them. I thought they were fun, you know? So so I think it's just, I just prefer to focus on stuff like that, focus on community building, building other people up, helping people become more confident in themselves, helping people become healthier on every level, body, mind, and spirit, which I think is the actual trinity. Body, mind, and spirit. Okay, you need to be healthy in all three to really live a happy life. And these are the three areas where we're always getting attacked. We're being poisoned in our food and in our water. Our environment is being poisoned. Our minds are being poisoned by the programming on the television and all the lies in the media. And, you know, and that in turn pollutes our spirit. So, you know, everything that I want to focus on is to help people get past all that and to learn to live outside of that and to learn how to cope and exist in a world where we literally are, you know, basically forced to live side by side with these people who believe everything the government tells them, who believe all the lies on the TV, so much so to the point where they're going to turn around and attack you because you don't go along with it like they think you should. So, you know, this is why I do these events, because we all need to be at least have one small amount of time where we can all be surrounded by people who we know for a fact are not going to do any of that crap. They're all going to be mask free. Nobody's going to be, you know, pushing any of this nonsense that we have to deal with all the time. And I can't tell you how incredibly rejuvenating it is to your person, everything about you, when you get to be around this for a whole weekend and just be saturated in it, like completely saturated in it. It completely recharges your field, your attitude, everything. It like gives you a whole new well of energy to go spend out in this world where everybody is so brainwashed and everybody is so just a mindless and just blind to everything that's happening to them. Okay, so this is what's up. That's why I do this. So I'd really love to have as many people join us for this October 22nd and 23rd in Greenville, South Carolina. You guys are going to love it. I know all my regulars already got your tickets, man. As soon as the tickets went on sale at that sale price, like immediately a whole bunch of people, I sold like over 100 tickets. So we know all the regulars are going to be there. All the great people that are really in this, for what it is, for what it's supposed to be, for the fellowship, for the love of truth, to change the world, you know, to improve things, to get out from under this beast system. Like, ultimately, this is what we're all working for, right? So that's what's up. That's what I'm all about. And that's what, that's the whole vibe at Flattoberfest. So it's going to be great. I'm bringing the Crown Royal. Are you still totally awesome? To help each other, exactly. Can't wait to have my life ruined this October. I know, ruining lives since 2019, right? That's why everybody's moving over here, because they want their lives ruined, right? All right, y'all. I am going to wrap it up. So thanks you guys for joining me. I hope it wasn't too boring. I know it got a little bit boring there with the freaking technical issues and stuff that I was having, so I apologize for that. But I thank you guys for sticking with me, and I thank you for coming back, and I thank you for being here and for the support. Yes, Jameson, beyond words. It's beyond words what happens when you go to these events. Anybody, and you'll never know unless you show up. If you've never been, it's like you can't even really explain it until you know. You know, and even all those people who've been going around trashing me and trashing my events, there's video of them at my events saying what a wonderful time they had. They have big, huge smiles on their faces. They're talking about how they regret not coming before. Okay, so even though they hate me and they hate my opinion on stuff, you can hate me all you want, but you know you had fun at my event. You know you had one of the best times of your life at my event, and you know you had a big, you know, group hug with all your besties for the first time at my event, because that's what it's all about, you know? So anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take it easy. I will be back here tomorrow evening with Mark Sargent for Strange World number 366 or something like that. Another episode of Strange World. It's going to be great. Remember, Mark Sargent's going to be at Flattoberfest. If you've never met Mark Sargent, you got to come. He's like one of the best people at the events too. He spends hours just talking to everybody. He'll be like voiceless the week after, because he's such a great, he's so sociable. All right. Okay. Thanks for being here, you guys. And I will see you all tomorrow evening. All right, you guys, take it easy. Thanks for being here. And for those who wish to send me stuff through snail mail, you can use P.O. Box 10, Earl, North Carolina, 28038. Also, links below for donations and merch if you are interested in that. Anything at all is greatly appreciated. I do appreciate the support. Thank you very much. Also, please go to flatearthfestivals.com for all information about Flattoberfest 2021 and other Flat Earth Festival events. You can email me about Flat Earth Festivals at flatearthfestivals@protonmail.com, and for everything else, you can email me at karenbfe@protonmail.com. Thank you for being here.